guys, welcome to Black Queens Uncut. Grab your wine, your vape, or anything you need to relax because we're about to get into this queen chat. I'm Monica Lovelace, and ladies, introduce yourselves.
Hey guys, my name is TK Trinidad.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Kiki Boom Boom, and we have a very special guest with us on this episode. My best friend in the entire world, Sexy Lexi, aka Alexis, Capricorn Queen, is joining us for this episode.
Yes. Woo! Hey, everyone. Thank you guys so much for having me on here. I'm so excited. I've been tuning in, so I think I can add some gems to the
Yes, we're
Uncut.
excited.
Yes.
Excited. This month is our family and friends month since it's the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So we are introducing y'all to who we usually talk about on the show. Well, I talk about my BFF all the time. So Kiki has referenced you before.
He has a lot.
Yeah. So I think we all kind of do it. So now people get to put a face to a name.
They do to the name. They're like, finally, we know.
That's my dog.
And
Not a figment of Kiki's imagination. I'm actually real, people.
And it's perfect timing because it is the holiday season, which, you know, this month is Christmas, your Christmas baby.
I am.
Which we just talked about is interesting. First of all, my first question, because today we're going to be talking about holiday dating.
Yes.
So my first question to you is, do you feel cheated because you don't get gifts 2 times a year, like a birthday and a Christmas?
I don't, because my family made sure that I got 2 gifts. So I would normally get my Christmas gifts in the morning and then my birthday in the afternoon, because I was born at like 3:30 or 3:35 in the afternoon. So I get my birthday gifts around that time. So they always made sure that I felt, you know, like it was 2 separate occasions, but a super special occasion because I share the day with Jesus. So
Right. That's super cool because I have a cousin too. She was born on Christmas, and I'm like, don't you feel cheated? Because I feel like I need a birthday and separate.
You know, the only thing I will say, the only downside to that is not being able to like celebrate my actual birthday, like with my friends, because it is Christmas Day. Like, I mean, I know I can do stuff with them before or after, but
Right.
like, I don't know, like one year I would actually love to spend like Christmas morning with my friends, because me and my mom and my dad, before he passed away, like we had this tradition, like we would get up, make Christmas breakfast, listen to like, you know, Motown Christmas albums and like exchange gifts and stuff. And I'm like, I would actually really love to be able to do that with my friends one year, even though it sounds so cheesy, but I'm like, it's something I like doing. Like I love the holidays. I'm a huge fan. And even if I wasn't born on Christmas, I would love the holidays because I just feel like it's such a magical time of the year. Like
Right.
people are much more nicer.
Yeah.
You know, they're not like, fuck you, bitch. You're like, whoa. Like they're like, Merry Christmas, whore. You know, it's like, it's a little bit more nicer.
Right.
Than, you know, your other time of the year. So yeah.
Right. Well, Kiki, she's letting y'all know you need to do something for your birthday.
Listen, Alexis is a Christmas baby. I'm a Thanksgiving baby. So we're born on 2 of the fucking biggest holidays ever.
The holidays.
So when me and Alexis want to do something for our birthdays, it's hard, like she said, to do things on the day.
Yeah, the actual day, yeah.
You know, but I'd rather share a birthday with Jesus than a damn turkey. So
when the pilgrims do one of the worst holidays of the year.
Okay.
For Black people. But that's a different episode.
But we got you, Lexi. We got you.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Yes, I love it.
So today's episode, we're actually going to be getting into dating during the holidays. Having that cuffing season. Do we also do that? Cuffing season. So let's jump into it.
Okay.
And let's just get started. And what exactly is holiday dating look like for y'all?
Today.
Did anybody say home a
I'm
date?
like, ooh, I don't know. Well, I'm not. I'll go first. It's been a while, honestly. Like since I've dated around the holidays. Simply because the last couple of relationships I was in, like they just weren't. They weren't hitting for anything. So, yeah. But I mean, the last one that I was in, I will say, he was very thoughtful, like a really good gifter. He actually paid attention to like things that I liked, so I didn't really notice that he was picking up on that. So I will never forget. I really love, vinyls, and one year he got me a Gucci bag, and inside the Gucci bag was a vinyl of who was it? I want to say it was a spoken word album by Jill Scott Heron because I really loved him, and Stevie Wonder's Songs in A Keys because I didn't have that album on vinyl. So he got me that, and I was like, "Oh, look at you! I didn't know you were actually paying attention to what I said." So that like made me happy. But that was the last time that's been 5 or 6 years ago. So it's been a while. When it comes to holiday dating, if I'm going to be honest, I just feel like it's added pressure too with holiday dating because it's like you have to introduce this new person that's in your life to your family if you want to. I mean, I've never really done that, so let me
You
stop
keep
by
it around at least for the gifts.
Yeah.
Do you guys am I the only you guys notice it could just be me because maybe I've just dated toxic, horrible men in my life. Where sometimes you're dating someone and they tend to be out before the holidays and then they come on back right after Valentine's Day and you're like, really, my G? Like
Yeah.
I actually like. I like the ones who are like honest. They're like, okay, well, we just met, so
Yeah.
put it out there. Like, we just met, so like, don't go and like, I'm not planning on getting you a gift. Like, I rather that, and so it's not like you're expecting something. But I still like. I like giving gifts. I like paying attention, stuff like that. Same thing. Like I say, same situation. I love when you're like talking, you're having a conversation about things, and somebody's paying attention. And then like you're like getting that like gift. So yeah, I mean, holiday dating to me is like if I'm in a dating like, I'm like dating consistently, which I am. Holiday dating to me is just another day in dating. Like it just
It's not for me. I'm a huge Christmas fan. I don't know why. I'm big on birthdays and I'm big on Christmas because I feel like birthdays are your born day. You were literally born on that day.
Yeah.
So those are huge to me. So I'm big about it. I am a thoughtful gift person. So even if we are dating around that time, even if it's just something small and thoughtful, it could be like, and I love food. I mean, I feel like most women do, but I love food. Even if it's just like a box of my favorite Linden chocolates or something, like that meant something because you thought about me enough to be like, hey, I cared about you enough to at least get you something. I've only dated once around the holidays, and it was very much like that. Like we gave thoughtful gifts. Like he knew I loved to journal, so he got me this journal. And at that time, I had a blog called Fabulous Diva. And he gave me a journal that basically said fabulous on the front of it. And I just died. Like, that was my favorite thing because it was gold. I mean, it was black and white with gold, the gold spiral binding. And I was like, yes. Like, things like that are just important to me. I'm not like a huge, like, I need this type, or I'm not a big person.
I've dated on around the holidays, maybe like 2 people. And I'm like you ladies, like I love Christmas, I love birthdays, and I'm a very thoughtful giver as well. So like I love sending people Christmas cards, and I would do that in relationships. But I think something that caught me off guard when I was dating was I wasn't expecting a gift from this person, and they gave me a gift for Christmas. And I was like, that was like the nicest thing. And I think it just could be my independent type of personality where I don't really expect, which is probably sad, but I don't really expect guys to give me anything on Christmas. But when I got a gift, I was like, wow, this is actually really sweet. And it's something that I always wanted. So
I think another thing that's sweet too is like when they like they're already planning ahead. Like, so like, what are we doing? What are we doing for the holidays? Like, oh, we doing something about it. Like, you don't, I think it's the same thing. You're just kind of so used to like LA dating, and then you're like, oh shoot, we doing something for the holidays? You're like, yeah, and like, what are we doing for New Year's? So that's always like, that's a gift to me. It's just like, I don't even have to think about it. Like, I don't, you don't have to plan out for New Year's or plan like a, what are you gonna do? Like, you already have something in place. So that's always good.
So would y'all bring y'all's friends with benefits home for the holidays?
No.
I feel like it depends on how.
I feel like I've done that. I feel like Alexis knows what I'm talking about. But not. So in my family,
speak up on your friend, okay? Because she was like, no.
But then I was like, wait, I think Alexis knows.
I know exactly who Kiki is talking about. So, I mean, your secret's safe with me. I think it depends on the level of comfortability that is there, and also like whether or not you've had that conversation about, hey, like, would you want to come over for, hot chocolate and rum cake, on Christmas? Like, but if that conversation has been established, but like, that's not, I don't know, that's something.
Yeah, like I'm not just bringing home because like for me growing up, like, my whole childhood and adult life, my family thought I was a lesbian anyway because I never brought guys home because that was just my personality. And I just was like, I don't want you to meet some tiny people because these people may leave and they're not my boyfriend, so they don't deserve to be introduced to my family anyway. So I'm not bringing you home for the holidays unless you're my boyfriend. But the person Alexis is speaking about, this person, he and I were like really good friends, and we just happened to be dating around that time. So he already knew my family. I knew his family. So it wasn't like he's here for the holidays. It was like, no, you just happen to be here around this date. Yeah. I just happened to be at his house around that date. I stopped by to say Merry Christmas to his family, but it wasn't a like, here's my boo. I don't like bringing people over.
Right. I mean, I'm the same way. My family thinks I'm a lesbian. I don't know why, but
I wish I was. Like, shit.
Right?
Yeah, being straight was so ghetto. Oh my god.
I was like, sometimes I wish I would. Like, would it be better?
Shit. Tired. Tell my family, I'm like, I wish I was. I'm not, but I wish. I'm tired of the men. Sorry.
Literally the ghetto.
Okay, there, Kiki.
I'm triggered. Sorry, Josh, if you're listening.
I feel all of that. But I do feel like it depends. It's like you said, Kiki, it definitely depends on the situation. Like, I've had a friends with benefits for like 3 years. That was our thing, just because I was busy, he was busy, and I didn't have time for a relationship. Like, it just wasn't like that. But if he had like he would have things like a Friendsgiving, or like which would include some of his family, and I would go to that or whatnot. But for the most part, I don't bring nobody around my family.
Because families can be shady,
and they won't know.
Families can be shady, because my cousin used to bring her boyfriend around, and like, families just be in your business, and then next year they're not there, and little kids, they'll say the wrong name to the person, and you're like, mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business. Like, that's not Ricky. What happened to Ricky? Who's this? Ricky? Like, excuse me. Hi.
Like, yeah, you couldn't have texted that to me. Like, hi. You had to say that out loud in front of my new friend.
Yeah. No, it's never a good idea.
Do y'all feel like y'all would rather be with somebody during the holidays or not?
No.
I don't
know.
It doesn't matter. Like, I mean,
it's like, at this point,
no. With somebody, then like, it's cool. But if
I'm gonna be honest, I do, because at the end of the day, I just want to go home and get some dick.
Okay.
I feel you on that. I would honestly, I would love to have.
I would love to get my
consistent in-house dick, but it's hard to come by. So I'm okay with being single, but that's not to say that I don't have dick on call. Like,
I was gonna say, because I'm single, but I've gotten dick on Christmas. I've gotten dick on holidays, even being a single girl.
Yeah.
Depending if you're kicking it with someone and everyone's in the season, and you're
people
like,
owe me dick anyway. It's my birthday, but I'm just.
"Ooh, 'tis the season to knock off these walls."
Wow.
Sorry. It's
apply that lip to us.
Monique started it. Monique said, but I feel you, Monique, because like, look, it'd be great if we can like travel somewhere for the holidays.
Yes, absolutely.
We fuck in a cabin somewhere, and
we're on the beach or in a villa.
Oh my god, that would be beautiful. But also, it's like I don't have to be in a relationship around Christmas. I actually don't mind being single because you still get the love from your friends and your family, and I've gotten some sex during the holidays, even being single.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I definitely feel like, I'm really in the season. So, it's all loving and it's all, like Alexis said, everybody's all nice. So sometimes I feel a little more love around that time.
Yeah. That's when you get the text messages like, Merry Christmas. What you doing? Happy holidays. Haven't heard from you in a while. You're like,
I don't respond to those ones. They can go and kick rocks.
Well, I do. I like to entertain myself sometimes. I love entertaining myself. I'll be like,
I will send those text messages like, Happy holidays. I hope all is well. How's the family? Merry Christmas.
Oh, goodness.
That's the Scorpio inside of me. I did too.
I'm a Scorpio Venus, so that's probably why we think this.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, that explains a lot, actually.
Thank you. You know what? I like you, Alexis. Yeah, we're on the same
page. Alexis. That explains a lot.
That explains why your sexual, the way you talk about sex is kind of like the same way I do.
Yes, I'm a November Sag, so I'm kind of close to Scorpio. I was raised by a Scorpio woman. I'm a Scorpio Venus, so it's funny because this morning I was in a Sagittarius clubhouse chat and they were talking about being Sagittarius and how November Sages lead sometimes.
Stop. Can you just go? So with the clubhouse chat, I'm sorry, I just need
listen. So I hate Clubhouse, but this morning I think there was a Sagittarius one, so I joined it, and it was a room full of Sagittariuses and other signs who were dragging us, and we were really learning about ourselves this morning. And
but where did you find this? Is like a Twitter? Like, is it
on Clubhouse?
Clubhouse is the app.
Clubhouse is a new app.
Oh, okay.
Promo. It's a brand new app where you have to be invited, but it's like Twitter, but you can hear. It's like the party line. I know I'm a little bit older, but the party line was when a bunch of fuckers got on the phone and was just talking to So this is a brand new app that it's like.
I'm like curious as to like what these people had to say though in this Clubhouse.
So the Sagittarius one, it was very interesting because we were talking to Sagittarius men. There were women. There were people in this group, but they were saying November Sages. We're like the calmer Sag, but a lot of us do lead in sexuality because depending on our moon signs, but because we are so close to Scorpio, we're a little bit more chill, but a little bit more sexual than maybe the December Sages. But the Sag sign in general, we're just a sexual sign. So we're very independent. We're very we're sexual beings. We like to be single. We're free spirited. But the November Sages, we're very we're naturally flirty.
Yeah, I can see that because and I'm a Scorpio Venus, so as a child I was a very inappropriate little kid. I would say very inappropriate shit as a kid and get in trouble a lot, so I was that kid. I wasn't doing anything, I just was watching real sex, or I would order inappropriate shit on Cinemax. A lot of it was porn.
I feel like most of us who are millennials, who grew up on cable, watched real sex. I feel like it was a rite of passage for most of us. We learned so much, even though, whether or not we took sex ed or our parents had the birds and the bees conversation.
I'll tell you exactly.
opened
My
up so
bad.
much.
I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
it's fine. Go ahead.
But I think this is so funny because this is all off topic. Josh is probably gonna be like, y'all got off topic, but I will say this: the one person I learned a lot of sex from was old lady Sue Johansson. Okay,
Listen.
Sue Johansson. Who's that?
Sue Johansson was this old white lady. She was like 70, 80 years old. She was like at least 60, 70. Okay.
She was.
Yeah.
So did she have a show or something?
Yes, it was
Okay.
a sex education show. She used to like take bananas and show you how to like
You had to put on a
sex right on
condom.
TV. Like
I learned a lot from her.
I did. I learned a lot from her. And I was young, but I learned a lot from her. And I was like,
Oh, Monique froze.
Wow.
Monique is so excited talking about Dr. Jan, whoever this lady is. That
Yeah, I remember her because she was on I want to say she was on her and like Dr. Ruth were on
Dr. Ruth.
Sally
TK,
Sally
we're gonna make a
Jessica
list for you.
Raphael.
Yeah, I've never.
TK, we're gonna make a list. I need
I've
you to
never-
get to Rum Sex, Dr. Ruth,
Yeah.
the lady that Monique is talking about.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Real sex. What was it? After dark or something? No,
Yeah.
Taxi Cab Confessions.
Taxi Cab Confessions. See,
Taxi
TK.
Cab
So TK is
Confessions.
from Canada. So I don't know if like you guys had this.
Oh
in
yeah.
Canada.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I was actually talking to somebody about that the other day. Like, I don't know if we had this stuff, but I was just so, like in the time of like just growing up, I was so much into like sports and everything else. Like, and then also getting good grades because I used to get paid for good grades. Like that was like my main focus.
Yeah.
So, like, growing up, like television and stuff like that wasn't really like a big thing to me because I've been busy since like I was 5. Like my mom had me in ballet and I was like doing that for 15 years. And then I was in Girl Scouts and I was every day, like I had a calendar before I even knew what a calendar was. Like, okay, Tuesday.
Right. Yeah.
So like, it's just so crazy to me. Like, oh yeah, there's this show and that show, because I legitimately thought people had sex with their clothing on well into high school.
But you know what though? I feel like that's a good thing that you were busy and you weren't in front of the TV, because I was a millennial who was in front of the TV and I had a computer and I was looking at shit like Real Sex and Taxi Cab Confessions and I was looking at porn at a young age. I was on AIM in chat rooms.
Yeah. And you know what else? This is what sparked the conversation. My friend was telling me that he had sex in 6th grade. And the reason why is because his mom was a single mom. And so she would leave early. In my household, my grandmother was always there.
I was there. I lived with my grandmother.
I didn't have.
There was like no random people coming over or like no early morning. They would actually. He was telling me they would actually before school meet up and have like there was like him and his 2 friends and girls that would come over, have sex, and then they would go to school. And I'm like, what is this? Why do you have so much time? Like I don't understand.
Hell no, my nana used to be at home.
It's not like I couldn't even imagine like trying to sneak someone into my house, because that's just like how my neighborhood was. Like even if my parents weren't home, like my neighbors would be like, they would ring the doorbell and be like, "Oh, you made it home? Oh, you're good."
Nosy,
like like so it's like even if no one was home, like my neighbors were watching. So it's like I didn't have that luxury of like sneaking someone like into my house or like out of my house or any of that shit, because somebody was literally always watching, like always. It's like, and even if I tried to like do something sneaky, it's like someone somewhere knew my mom or my dad and they'd be like, "Ain't you Doug's daughter? Ain't you Lisa's daughter? Like, why can't you mind your business?"
Yeah. I think what got me like even on the super straight path and narrow, I think I was like 14 or something, and I remember I had like a kiss with a guy, and then my mom, she was like, "So who did you kiss?" I'm like, "How did you?" Because it was like my mom was supposed to be at like, it was just so. And then
it's crazy.
It always felt like she could see things like on a spiritual level, and I'm like, you know what? It don't even make any sense.
Moms be knowing.
Moms are like literally psychics. It's so crazy. Like you don't have to tell them anything. You don't even have to like mention it, and they just know. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, how do you know this? Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
I had my first drink at like 16 years old at someone's house party or some shit like that. And I'd be like, because I know. And it's like, but how?
Yeah.
Speaking of moms, do you guys introduce y'all's, like, if you have a date during the holidays, do y'all introduce them to your mom?
My mom has literally only met like 2 of the guys I've been dealing with. And it was like so funny because, like, just how we were talking about like moms be knowing, like the first, like my first serious boyfriend, my mom was like, I don't know. She was like, it's just something about him that seemed shady. And I'm like, Mom, like, no, he's so nice. Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, no, she was like, I don't know. She was like, he's gonna fuck up in the future. Like, just trust me on this. And I'm like, Mom, like, how can you say that about him? But she was absolutely right, because he ended up cheating on me. So,
oh no,
Oh no,
I introduced no one to my mom.
me neither.
I think my mom has met 2 of. Well, I've only had like 3 boyfriends, actual boyfriends. So
yeah,
she met 2 of them. And one of them she already knew because I grew up with him. And the other one she met virtually. So it was like at any point in time, you can just hang up. But my mom, she don't. I really think that my family thinks I'm a lesbian. They always ask me. So they don't believe when.
It's so weird though that our families like would think that we're lesbians because we don't bring anyone around, but I'm like, shouldn't that be like a good thing that we don't?
Because we would be
Exactly.
hoes,
right
from everybody around.
I'm like, here's the thing, like, it's okay to be single, and it's okay for me not to want to bring a guy around.
Yeah,
That should be a good thing, that the women in your family are like, not all, like the way I was raised by my great grandmother. I was raised by a very independent woman who always taught me, like, fuck these guys, men ain't shit, worry about yourself. So I grew up with that mentality. So that's why I didn't really introduce guys to my family, because the way my nana raised me. So my family knew if there was a guy, like, my family would be shocked. Like, the one guy, like Alexis knows about, that would come to my house, my family would be like, that's a man? Because my family assumed I date women. So they were like, wait, is this her beard? And I'm like, no, it's not my beard. He just happens to be here. Like, so I did introduce him to my family, but it wasn't like this my man. He was just, he got to be introduced because he started coming to my house more often. But my family was in shock. To this day, my mom will be like, what happened to your friend? Because to them, it's like, oh, a man. She talks to a man.
Right.
I'm like, I don't talk to him. Like,
I'm dead.
But I hate that families do that to women, especially like Black families. It's like, it's okay. Like, yes, I'm single, but
like,
if you ain't gonna introduce me to nobody, then leave me alone.
Right.
That's
Like,
very true.
It's totally fine to be single. Like, I wish more people would, especially like, I feel like in Black families, like, I wish more people would like embrace that. Like, yes, I'm still single. Yes, I don't have kids yet. Like, that, there's nothing wrong with me. I just don't, that's not my ministry right now. Like, I don't want that responsibility of looking after another human being. I can barely look after myself half the time.
Especially on the holidays. I want
all presents
to myself.
I can't go to brunch on a Saturday and then I have to find a fucking babysitter. Like, I can't even be because I gotta be worried about getting home to my fucking kid.
Oh my God, she said.
I have a question for you guys.
Friend.
This is holiday talk. Since this is holiday talk, have you guys ever dated someone with kids and you had to feel pressure to get them a gift?
Oh, Nakia, look at you.
I never felt pressured. I mean, like, kids, and I've gotten guys' mom's gift. Like, I like giving gifts, and the problem comes when they're like no longer in your life, and like the mom is cool with you, or like the mom is a little bit different, but it's like the kid, like, you can't go and like call the kid. It's like weird. So like, even up to this day, there was a guy, he had a son, and like I literally knew the son from like he was 6 months, and so when we stopped talking, like, this child was like, he's just so precious, and even till this day, like, I still like, oh my God, I wonder like how his mannerisms is and stuff like that. And if we were good friends, I would still buy the kid gifts. Like, I don't have an issue with that. It's just more of, if you expect me to, like, don't expect me to do anything.
Right. Yeah.
That's where the problem lies.
I haven't, I really don't. Until recently, I've opened up because I'm in my 30s now, I've opened up the chart, but I don't date men with kids. So
yeah, I stopped doing that. I mean, I won't say I've stopped actively dating men who have kids. Now, have I stopped having sex with them?
Yeah, there is a difference.
That's a different story.
There is a difference. Okay?
There is a difference. There's a
difference.
I hate I hate Alexis. Two, I personally don't want children, so I don't mind dating a guy with kids. But this is a big but. There has to be certain things. Like, one, you cannot have just had the baby. Two, you have to be respectful to your child's mother. Like, I don't want to hear you dogging.
Yeah, you don't.
I grew up without a father, and I grew up with my mom beefing with my dad. So I never want to date a man who's dogging the woman who gave birth to his kid. And you got to be an active father, and you cannot be living with your BM talking about, oh no, we just roommates, she just had the baby last month. Like, those are like situations.
Yeah, that's not
I don't mind dating men with
maybe the big no.
one kid or two, but again, I'm 34, so
two is my age. Way too many. You got children.
Too many. But I don't want children, so I don't mind if they're maybe like a little older. You can't be a 2-year-old.
Yeah. Okay.
1-year-old. Now, they're like a little older. I don't mind 2 kids.
That's fine.
Yeah, because that's
but God, if he don't got kids, that's perfect, God, because God be listening.
What?
The Lord is funny. I don't want him to
come through.
God, I just don't want him to have to.
Yeah, you're a fool.
God be like, y'all gotta be very specific with what y'all want.
Yeah, he really do, because you'd be like, oh God, like, send me a man, and then next thing you know, it's a married man. It's like, my nigga.
I don't think he would.
Oh, no, what about dating a married man during the holidays? Though?
Listen, ma'am.
What? Monique said, what about dating a married man?
What? Yeah, no. Well,
here's the thing.
She said, he
doesn't have to come to you. He has to be home for the holidays. He can't contact you during that time, and you get a gift.
Well, I was gonna say there are people like that who date people in relationships or date people who are married. I don't know if you can date them, but I'll say for the man, I don't know how men do that, because one, like, that's expensive. Two, it's a lot trying to juggle, but there are men who do it. They will hop around. They got the one boo over here, then they'll leave a certain time on Christmas, and maybe Christmas Eve you'll spend time with. So for the men, whoever is listening, I just want to know, like, how the hell do you guys do that? It's expensive. How do you keep up with the
most of the time when a man is cheating, well, what I've seen, most of the time if a man is cheating, he's got money. Some don't. But if you know, some of the women I know, they
you either have money or you're a really, really good liar.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
that. Or the dick is good.
Yep. That's
that too.
Normally the dick is good, where you're like, where are you going?
If you're married, you already are. We ain't ever going to be anything.
Yeah.
So you need to have money. You need to at least have good penis. I'm just giving the rundown, not saying that I do married guys. But they do send gifts. And I just straight up, I mean, TK knows this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there are married guys who like me, and they'll take me out and give me gifts, but I will never.
Well, I mean, that's the
married men and men in relationships go harder than single men. And I was gonna do a story about this, because I think we all have married men. We all have married men in our DMs. We've had them in our DMs, and baby, I have a few in my DMs, and I'm like, God damn, like, they go harder than single men. And in my mind, I'm like, well, what are you telling your spouse?
Yeah.
At home, and how do you have the time?
Right. That's the main thing, because I'm like, it's a lot. I mean, like, it's a lot juggling too.
You'll see them on the dating apps, which you like. It's crazy to me.
Well, they have Ashley Madison. Tinder, which is a whole dating app.
Do not get me started on
just
the
regular
number
dating apps like
of
Tinder, Black, like all that stuff. Like
men
I've
that are on
seen
there.
Oh, I've seen them on Tinder and Bumble. Married. Fully married.
like that
They're like,
bold.
oh, I'm
Like,
just looking for fun. I'm like,
No, fun. Get your ass out of here.
Well, y'all
How much
won't
money you
be
make?
like,
I'm
you won't
kidding.
be like, well, for a holiday gift, especially Alexis, that it's your birthday. I mean, for a holiday gift and a birthday, I mean, I might make an exception of
Listen.
entertaining you, but not in a way that's going to
I
It's the
listen.
season.
I'm not saying that I have not done that,
Same.
but
Same. I'm not saying I haven't.
I just think it's like, I don't know. I'm such a girl's girl that like my conscience kind of like starts to eat
Yeah.
away at me because I'm like, damn, like
especially if they got a black wife.
exactly.
When
I
it
mean,
comes to
if it's white, it don't matter. I don't give a fuck. I don't respect that because it's not real. But everything,
I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely in my mind has says
yeah,
I'm like, oh, they have a black wife. Okay, let me keep.
I'm like, oh,
but in your mind, if it's a white wife, you'd be like, nah.
I'm like, oh, fuck that bitch, please, fuck out of here.
I definitely.
Becky.
I'm not saying
that Kiki needs to be a social media question. Please,
That's
a social media question because that I'd be interested to see what everybody else feels because I understand it.
Yeah, I understand it. I because there's been times even like celebrity crushes that maybe I've had like in my mind. I'm like, oh, they're fine, and I see that they have a black wife, and I'm like, oh, black love. But I've noticed that if they're married to an other, I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting them DMs. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I've done that. And I think a lot of black people we do. I mean, if you watch a show and they're telling you to vote, say like American Idol, Dance with the Stars, I automatically, will vote for the black person. So that's just. I shout out to Black Love.
I just call it reparations. Like, fuck that way. So
a 40-acre and a mule right here, okay?
We
40
deserve.
acres in that dick. No.
And this is my friend, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes! She's coming back on. Okay, so last question to wrap up the episode. How long do y'all feel like you need to be dating somebody to like take them home during the holidays?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good one.
I like you need to have like we either need to be close to having a ring on it or like a ring on it. Like it's like yeah. My mom is like she remembers everything to the point that she still sends one of my exes black cake, and it's been like 5 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah, so she's very once she gets used to you, like if you meet her for the first time, like you're gonna be like, man, she hates me, but she really doesn't. She's just like she's very like she's just to herself. She don't really like new people. She's never really liked new people. So if you're like entering into
so she's me.
No. Accepts you, like
TK, how many guys have you taken home?
Two.
Oh,
so
yeah, she can remember all that.
Well, but both of them.
My whole mama can give you the rundown and tell you the rap sheet and everything.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like that's why I don't, because it's like she remembers like there was a friend she was asking me about that I had like mentioned in a conversation when like I first moved to LA, and I'm like, I don't know. She's like, don't you remember you said you thought he was gay? It's like I don't know, like have no idea. So that's why I'm particular on who I talk to.
Yeah.
With my mom.
Yeah.
Because like I don't. One, if they're no longer in my life, I don't want you to bring it up. Then two, it's just kind of like, it's that type of thing. Because I don't want her to. Because then she inherently, and I've kind of picked up that too. If you're in her circle, now she's worried about you. Like she's like, oh well, is this person okay? And I'm like, man, Mom, I don't care. Don't talk to him. Don't know him no more. Like you should. And I literally just found out I was going through her Facebook accidentally, and she's still friends with the dude. And I'm like, I had to unfriend him off of her Facebook page. Just like, why
parents be friends with the exes, and you'd be like, hey, that was 5 exes.
Oh, no,
they really do.
My mom, like for me personally, for me to bring you home, you would have to be a boyfriend or if I'm dating you, we would have to be dating for a while for you to come meet my family, because I've had both where I've dated someone and I've been invited over and they've been invited to my house. But we have to be very comfortable with each other. You can't be someone new that I'm dating and think that you're going to be invited to family, because you might not be here next Christmas.
Right.
It might be somebody else. So I don't want to bring you around.
For me, it's probably like a year. If we've been dating for a year and then the year comes around and we're still together and we're still going pretty strong, like, of course, I'm going to be like, okay, you can come home for the holidays.
Yeah.
But I'm more like, let's go on a vacation for the holidays.
Okay.
You don't want to meet my family anyway.
Listen.
So
I'd rather take
tell you,
trip.
my man meets my family. Y'all understand. My man meets my family. He may not be my man no more. That's what I be.
I was saying, especially during the holidays, because holidays are. I know it's joyful for some folks, but for some folks, it's a lot of tension and family a little crazy.
Art is drama. Art is always drama.
Like, so when you're bringing someone home, you have to like really either talk to them or let them know, like, hey, this is my family. I don't really see them all the time like this, but I'm not like this. So that's why I think you have to be very careful who you bring home or who you want to bring home, and make sure that they're going to be around after you bring them home.
Right.
Right. That's why I say I give it a year, because a year is good. Y'all are y'all are solid. Y'all are still, newlywed type in love, but y'all are strong enough to at least have that. If he goes home with you, then he sees the drama, he might just stay. He might just be like,
he a real one if he
say it's okay. I still love you anyway.
A real one.
Yeah. I feel like I need to get him like a translator too. Like if he's not familiar with the West Indian culture, like he's gonna come and he's gonna be like, I have no idea how you guys speak English. So like that's a whole nother thing too. I think actually what I would do is I would introduce them to my business partner at her house, because Nisha, she goes into like patois. So if you can understand that, and Jamaican patois is like a whole beast. If you can understand that, then you can come home and like understand what's going on. But if I have to translate, then we're gonna have a problem.
I feel that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we thank you so much, Alexis, for coming on.
Oh my God, I was so happy to be here. I had so much fun.
Yes, let our audience know, our Queendom family, where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, as well as Twitter, Sexy Lexi, and that's SEXXIELEXXIE. Yeah, I'd be on there most of the time, although I feel like it's very important to take social media breaks. So, I do that from time to time because it can become a lot. But yeah, follow me on there, Twitter and Instagram. I joined Clubhouse, but I don't remember my sorry. Had a call come through. I don't remember my login for Clubhouse, Nakia. So I'm gonna have to ask you how to retrieve that.
I got you, sis. I got you.
Social media guru.
Enough.
Love it.
Ladies, our other queens, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on everything at TK Trinidad.
You guys can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. Alexis, thank you so much for joining. I'm happy that people got to meet my best friend, because I do talk about you a lot on this podcast. I work with you a lot, so I'm happy that they got the chance to meet you, and that my other two queens got the chance to see like who one of my really close friends were. So thank you.
Yeah,
for joining
I want us to do like when it's safe to go outside again. I want us to do like look at me planning ahead. When it's safe, I want us to do like a live Black Queens Uncut. I make us some cocktails. We have like a little live studio audience.
That's what we're looking forward to. I can't wait either.
Baby.
Yes.
So we definitely will have that coming. And girl, I need to come to New York, which is close to Boston. I'll be there.
You should.
I know I usually come at least 2 to 3 times a year, but I haven't this year because of COVID. But yeah, I'm totally down for that. But you can find me everywhere at It's Monique Loveless. And also make sure y'all follow us everywhere on all social media at Queens Uncut. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at Black Queens Uncut. And now, guys, y'all can go straight to our website, which I'm excited about, blackqueensuncut.com. You can find all the
Yes.
episodes there. We have a daily news coming with Nakia, so y'all can get all brand new content, contest, giveaway. I mean, it is there. Our Queendom family, go join, rate us, donate, write, DM us, email us, whatever you want to do. We are here. We are here to be, to be relatable, entertain you guys, inform you guys, and just be a part of the Queendom family. So we thank you guys. Make sure you check out our social media, our website, and our YouTube page. And we'll see you next Wednesday. And make sure you catch up with our last ones too, because they're pretty good. So thank you for joining us, Alexis. Thank you, Queens, and bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.